Good morning, everybody, and happy Bank Holiday Monday if you're in the UK. If you're anywhere else in the world, just happy Monday. Very late. So, this is the weekend video, the Saturday, Sunday one, and I can only apologize for being so late with getting this out. And thank you for the people sending messages asking if everything was okay. It's been fine. I've just sort of overstretched myself the weekend. I have been working on the video that I wanted to put out, and we'll get to that. It might have to be a separate video because otherwise it will go on a little bit long. But there was a bit of catching up to do, things I wanted to talk about. We'll obviously catch up on my weight update to see how that's gone this week. We'll also carry on chatting about the price changes. There seems to be some sort of settlement on what prices might be. Some of the providers out there of the Mounjaro have given price lists out, which have put some minds at rest a little bit and gives us a bit more clarity about moving forward. But there still are choices, and that's what the separate video might be about, which we'll get onto in a little bit. I've had quite a few comments about people that look like they will be swapping over, which from what I've been talking about this week isn't necessarily a bad thing. So don't be too disgruntled about if you've made the decision to move over to semaglutide or the Wegovy. It's all for the positive. It means that we still continue the journeys. And this is something I'll talk about a little bit later on when I speak about my weight update. But today, which I like to start on something positive, because that's what we're all about on here, isn't it? About being positive. And when we've had a bit of a blip, or if things have sort of not gone as well as expected or as we want them to, we just try and pick each other up, don't we? And that's what we do for each other on here. That's why I do this. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. You guys keep me really motivated in my journey along my weight loss and getting back into some sort of healthy range. For those people that might be watching this for the first time, my name's Neil. I am a 50, am I still 52? Yes, I'll be 53 in November. I'm a paramedic. I work in the community, not on the ambulances anymore. But it's not about me being a paramedic, it's about my weight loss journey. And the reason why I am on a weight loss journey, which started 6 months ago, is because my cholesterol was literally through the roof. It's improving. My blood pressure was also through the roof, which is really well maintained since I've lost the weight, which we'll talk about in a bit. And this is where I am. It's about just vlogging, basically. Never thought I'd use that word. My journey, overused word, and it's sharing it with you to try and sort of just spread some positivity, but also you give me that positivity back and keeps me on track. So enough of that anyway, because I keep gassing on about these things. Things have evolved on the channel, and we sort of go off on, well, I go off on tangents, and people, I think, hopefully have got used to that. And sometimes I miss even the point that I was trying to make in the first place. It does happen. I think people have noticed that I tend to waffle a little bit. But stick with me. Let's see what we can talk about this week. I'm going to start with some absolutely cracking progress pictures. And a couple of these I've had for a little while, and I try and sort of spread them out a little bit because it's nice to share what we can. So, looking at, I had this picture here from James, and he sent these in, and you can see that this is absolutely remarkable. Haven't had to do anything with these pictures, he's done it all for me. This is only the first picture on here when he was 239.2 pounds, which is 17 stone 1 pounds, or 17.1 stone, 108.5 kilos. And this was only on the 25th of April this year. And then this picture here on the 18th of August this year, 180.7 pounds, 12.13 stone, 82 kilos. And look at that transformation there. It looks like James, you look like your own son there, if that doesn't sound too weird. You just look totally different and you look amazing, matey. That is absolutely brilliant. So his total weight loss on 16 weeks, 58.5 pounds, 4.2 stone, which is, and I like to keep them all in because people around the world use different measurements, 26.5 kilos. James, absolutely fantastic. You must be, as I say all the time, chuffed. And I'm just going to read what he's put here. Hi, Neil. I've been following your journey on YouTube for a while and usually leave a comment, but thought I'd send a proper message today. And I appreciate this, James. Thank you. Your videos were a big help when I was considering Mounjaro. You and others sharing stories gave me the push to start. I jabbed for the first time on the 25th of April 25 after half an hour of nerves. We've all been there, mate. And for those people that are worried about jabbing, whether it be Mounjaro or semaglutide or any weight loss injections, that you've done your due diligence, your research, and if you have that pen in the fridge or in the cupboard and you're sitting there waiting to go and everything's fine for you to get started, take that plunge, give it a go. It might be the best thing you've ever done. And just be confident. Don't be complacent. Just be confident and think of what it might do to help you with your journey. Anyway, sorry, James, I'll be interrupting your conflab then. Since then, I've added gym sessions and now even run with loads more energy. Fantastic. On the 25th of April, I was, and we've gone through the weights, 239.2 pounds, 17 stone 1 pound, and as of the 18th of August, I'm at 187.7 pounds, 12 stone 13 pounds. That's 58.5 pounds, 4 stone 2 pounds down, and hopefully gone for good. That's the spirit, matey. I'm fortunate to have a decent supply of pens, but won't buy more after Lily's price hike. Just wanted to share my story and hopefully give your viewers some good news in what's been a tough week. Well, a tough couple of weeks with the price hike that people have been talking about. Keep going. The community you've built is brilliant. Oh, thanks, matey. Well, it's everybody that's making it brilliant. And even when I'm off the pens, I'll still be watching and rooting for you. James in Devon. And he's put that he's attached the image, which we've seen. And yeah, you've done the same as what I do, James, is you look at the original images and how you can look now. And it just like, if that doesn't spur you on, nothing will. It's brilliant. So well done. So here is a picture from Denny, who contacts the channel quite often, actually, and it's nice to hear from. I get so many people that regularly get in touch. Hi Neil, Denny here. Here's a pic of my wife and I. The pic on the left is from May 24. The pic on the right is from this past May 2025. We were in Destin, Florida. In the pic from this year, my wife, Kelly, is about 40 to 45 pounds down from last year. Wow. In the same pic, I'm down 30 pounds. I'm currently down 45 pounds, so another 15 pounds off since this picture. Brilliant. We both have been using compounded tirzepatide. She's on a 5 milligram maintenance dose now. I'm on 8.75 milligrams and would like to lose 15 more pounds. Currently on a 3 or 4 week stall stroke plateau, losing and gaining the same 3 or 4 pounds. Yeah, that's frustrating, isn't it, Denny? May try 10 milligrams tomorrow. Thanks. I wonder how you got on because I've had this for over a week now, haven't I? So it'd be interesting to hear how you're getting on now after upping. Thanks. Just thought I'd check in and send a pic. Didn't know how else to send you the pic. It got to me, Denny. I've got it. No, I don't think you can send pictures on YouTube, can you? So that's why I've got the channel as well. You can always message them through to me, but also the email address that's listed on YouTube. Oh, you can see the difference. So yeah, look at the losses there. And you look great. Both of you look absolutely fantastic. Everyone, use these pictures as your motivation because I certainly do. Fantastic. Fantastic. So bit of a plateau recently then, Denny. Yeah, this is something that I've been fairly lucky with the plateauing, haven't I? Because I have had plateauing, but it's been short-lived. And the only thing I tend to do, and it might be the same for other people, is I just tend to sort of step back and have a sort of third person view of what's going on and step outside the box and just try and mix up what I'm doing, because we can sort of get pigeonholed into eating the same sort of things. And I certainly did that in the early days. I'd be making sure I'd have something in the morning, making sure I got high protein, making sure I got the fiber. And it was all sort of pretty monotonous and mundane, the same pattern of foods. So when I did feel that things were stagnating a little bit, I just totally changed it up and always kept in a deficit. That's not strictly true. Now, as you know, I use the NutriCheck app, which I don't use every day, but use it often. It is most days, to be honest with you. And I always aim for 1800 calories a day, which absolutely suits me down to the ground at the moment for losing weight. That will change when I am doing the maintenance, and there's different websites that we can use. I think Nuggy sent me some details about a site where you can put your details in and it gives you an idea, a really accurate idea of what you need your intake to be to maintain. But not there yet, because, and we'll speak about this on the weight loss when we get to that. But over a week, my daily intake of calories may fluctuate. So some days I will be under the 1800, but feel okay with it. Some days I might go slightly over, but it tends to, and I don't count it that rigidly, but it tends to sort of balance out over the week, and it's worked. It's worked okay. It seems to be working okay anyway. So, but it allows you to enjoy your food and not worry so much. So on those days where you've gone over, in the past when we've been on diets before, and most of us that's here now have been on diets before Mounjaro, and like on those days where you have something you shouldn't have, and it just breaks the diet, breaks everything, and the floodgates open, and you're back to the old habits. And those are the days. Those days that we remember when we fell off the wagon, basically. But I think it's really important if we can get into the frame of mind knowing that, oh well, we've gone over the calories today. I mean, Rachel, God bless her, she brought in these GU puddings the other day. They're called Zillionaires. And I'd done really well, and she popped up the shops and she brought these things in. And they were like these chocolate puddings in these little glass jar things. We only got them because they were on offer, but they were I think they were about 400 calories each. And I literally had used my calories up that day. And I was really pleased with myself. And this was like 7 o'clock on the night. So sort of getting towards bedtime. And I don't tend to eat late anymore. If you look at if you're aware of the channel, if you've been following me, and if you're interested, go and have a look at the early videos where I was talking about, and I'll say it again, in my before all this Mounjaro journey. I've said, how many times have I said journey today? Sorry. I would go to bed on the evening, having eaten poorly all day. This was the old me, and we'd watch a bit of telly in bed, and I'd be literally ready to drop off to sleep. And then I'd get hunger pangs, and I would go downstairs and raid the fridge, and I would take food to bed and sit in bed eating rubbish, crisps or chips as they're known in America. I wouldn't just have a chocolate bar. I'd have a multi-pack of chocolate bars. And it, just thinking back to that, it makes me feel physically sick to think of that now. But that was the old me. And that's the sort of thing I was doing. Had no idea what my calories was. I could have been doubling my daily calories and I wouldn't know about it. No wonder I ended up with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, a heart attack waiting to happen. So, and then there were the days that, like you knew that you needed to do something about it. You started this diet. I've done Weight Watchers. I've done Slimming World with Rachel, my wife. I've done Slimming World on my own. I've done it online because I didn't like going to the groups, sitting there. I'm not one of these. Yeah, it's good to, I think that's great for the people that enjoy that. But that wasn't for me. Although I did well on Slimming World, but for me, it wasn't sustainable. And I'm not going to talk about sustainability with Mounjaro at the moment, because that is something that we'll come to together when we get there. But there were those days that you'd have that chocolate, and then it'd be another chocolate, and then like the next day you're like, well, diet's gone out the window. And that frame of mind just goes, doesn't it? Those are the things that we need to sort of just program into our minds, that we can change them, and we can change them. I had a zillionaires this week. It was nice. Looking back now, it wasn't fantastic, but it was just that old bit of me still in there, and me's me. I'm not going to change everything about me. That will never go, but it's just about the new me taking control now. So the next day, I really stuck rigidly to plan and made sure that my calorie deficit compensated for what I did the day before. And we'll find out in a bit if it's worked on this week's weight. Anyway, what else are we doing? Let's have a look. I've had to write it down because you know what I'm like. So let's do, should we do a catch up on the weight now? Because I've weighed myself and we want to know how it's going, don't we? So my starting weight was 136 kilos. That's off memory. Roughly, it might have been 136 and a half, which is about 299, 300 pounds, which was 21 and a half stone. I've weighed in today. I am currently at 97.5 kilos, 215 pounds, 15 stone, 5 pounds, which I am chuffed with because it's another little bit off. My progress to date is 38.5 kilos, 84 pounds, and I'm literally a pound off, 6 stone off. So that means I am literally 5 pounds away from my final target. 5 pounds away. I've had 2 milestone targets reached on this journey so far. I've used the word journey again. Is there another word we can use for journey, or should we just own it? Should we own the word journey? I'm going to get told. I can see the comments coming now. So yeah, once I hit that final target, it's all going to be about maintaining. And will I be on Mounjaro to do it? We'll find out. I'm not giving up on the channel. We will find a way to maintain this, and we will find a way of supporting each other, supporting those that are starting their Mounjaro stories, people that are still on it and want the support and want to be part of the community, because I'll still be there, and people that are maintaining themselves, even people that aren't on Mounjaro, maybe on Wegovy, because that might be my maintenance plan. Now, this is going to depend on a few things, because I've been hearing and I've been reading, and I have been reading the comments, although not responding to many, just purely because the amount of them and how busy I've been this week. But it's also about, some people have been told they can't swap over to Wegovy from Mounjaro because of their BMI being below the limit and the fact of how long they've been on it. Although they could have carried on with the Mounjaro, which doesn't necessarily make sense to me, does it? That must be very frustrating. It almost feels like you're being forced into continuing with Mounjaro. So I don't like the sound of that. Now, here's a little story. I had MedExpress email me the other week, and they wanted to use my channel to push MedExpress. And this was literally the day that all this price change was released. Before that happened, it was the same day. So I emailed back and saying, yeah, I'm really interested in this, especially with the climate at the moment, with the price changes. And I also put, be happy to work with you, and to see how this could work for the people that view my channel and the community that I've got on my channel. And I asked a few questions, such as, what can you do to put people's minds at rest about the price changes? What can we do moving forward for the people that are going to struggle? It'd be really good that if we could work together. And all I think about is me and you out there. And if it drums up some business for them and it suits us, then why not? I haven't heard anything back. And does that tell us anything? It possibly does. So we'll see if MedExpress do get back in touch. But I'm all for pushing things. If it's worth it to us, I'm all for it. But we'll see what happens with that. And I'm totally honest with you guys about whatever comes through. So we'll watch that one with interest, shall we? A lot of people have been getting in touch about changing onto Wegovy, and I think it really is a good idea. It's a good option. If it does get too expensive, and it's right on the limit for me, I mean, I'm not made of money. I mean, we're all different around the world. Yeah, the prices are going to be so different around the world. There's lots of people that can understand the price changes. There's lots of people that think we've got away with it for a long time over here. And there's lots of reasons why it might not be fair. I'm not going to get political on you. I have my own thoughts, but I think the best thing that we can talk about is not dwell on this situation as it is now. Try and turn it, as I always do, into a positive and just look at what options we do have. If that means that Wegovy might be an option for you, then it's worth trying. It really is worth trying, and do the research. I'm going to do this on a separate video, and I'll put this straight out. I'll work on it today. It's Monday. I spoke with my brother yesterday, who surprised me because when we caught up a couple of weeks ago, he surprised me in the fact that he'd been on his own weight loss journey using weight loss injections. Now, Russ is 10 years younger than me. He is a paramedic, now living and working in Perth in Australia. And I noticed, I mean, he knew I'd been open with him. I'm open with anyone that asks about being on Mounjaro. And he just happened to like drop out to me because I thought he looked well. And you know, people, I didn't say too much because we're not like that. And he's been on Wegovy, semaglutide, while he's been in Australia for the last few months. So have a look at this video I'm going to put out because it's interesting, but it's a little bit too long to put it onto this video, I feel. So I'll put that out. If you're watching this now and it's not on, it will be out very shortly. See what you think. And if you're thinking of changing onto Wegovy, it opens up some good options for us. And it's made me feel a lot better about if I have to change. That's if my supplier lets me change, because look at me, I'm near target now. I'm thinking of maybe Wegovy as a maintenance dose, but we'll see what happens. So for this video, let's leave it at that for now. We'll catch up. I'm going to definitely do an injection on Wednesday because I haven't done them. I injected Saturday this week, my 3.75. So I do, for those that don't know, I'm doing 2 jabs a week, usually a Wednesday and either a Saturday or a Sunday, 3.75. So that's 7.5 milligrams over a 7-day period. But 3.75s, microdosing, split dosing, whatever you want to call it, it is both. It works really well for me. The suppression works really well, and I feel really good for it. The reason why I went to split dosing, for those that haven't seen, is because just taking the higher dose in one, and it was only on the 5s at the time, was making me feel poorly, and I was having some changes that, lots of nausea, which isn't just Mounjaro, as you will see if you watch the video. Russ, my brother, talks a little bit about this on Wegovy as well. So go and have a look at that video and see what you think. Let me know your thoughts. It's not by any means, although Russ is also a paramedic, it's not by any means a scientific approach to Wegovy. It's a personal approach. Just like my videos are here, it's all about how it's helping me in hope that it will help you. And that's why we've done this. So I'm going to thank Russ for doing that as well. Go and have a look. We'll catch up on Wednesday, which is only a couple of days away now. But we'll do the jab and we'll have a little bit of a catch up. And if there's any more progress pics, people, like Denny and like James did this week, please send them through and we'll share them. Because if we can put something out there to help the positivity, and let's show off our progress, because we've worked hard at this. It's not all about just taking a jab and then getting on with life. It's about using the jab as a tool to help us in our journeys to get back into health, fitness, and losing some weight and feeling better about ourselves. So keep up the good work, everyone. If you're thinking about doing something to help prolong your life, make you healthier, lose the weight, get up and go, do it. Even if this channel just helps you just feel better and more positive about doing something in your life, let's do it. I've waffled on for long enough, as I always do. Let's speak on Wednesday. Have a good one. Speak to you soon. Bye bye now.